The cold wind howled through the barren trees as James Holloway drove up the winding road toward Blackwood Manor. The towering estate loomed ahead, its dark silhouette cutting through the foggy night. James had inherited the house from his late uncle, a man he barely knew. He had come to inspect the property, intending to sell it and move on. Little did he know, Blackwood Manor had other plans. As he stepped inside, a chill ran down his spine. The grand chandelier swayed slightly, though there was no breeze. Dust coated the antique furniture, and the scent of damp wood filled the air. James ignored the eerie feeling and moved toward the library, where his uncle's documents were supposedly kept. The library was vast, its tall bookshelves filled with ancient tomes. As James flipped through a leather-bound book, a whisper echoed through the room. His heart pounded. He turned sharply, but saw nothing. Brushing it off as his imagination, he continued searching. That night, as he settled into one of the many bedrooms, he heard footsteps outside his door. Slow, deliberate. They stopped right outside. He held his breath. The door creaked open an inch. James leaped out of bed, swinging the door wide, but the hallway was empty. Only the dim glow of moonlight cast eerie shadows on the floor. The next morning, he explored the house further. In the attic, he discovered an old journal belonging to his uncle. The pages spoke of strange occurrences, objects moving, whispers in the dark, and a woman in white who roamed the halls. His uncle had written about a tragedy, a young woman named Eleanor who had died under mysterious circumstances decades ago. That night, James awoke to a soft sobbing. It drifted through the walls, sorrowful and distant. He followed the sound down the hallway, his pulse racing. At the end of the corridor, he saw her, a translucent figure in a white gown, her face pale and mournful. Eleanor. James tried to speak, but the words caught in his throat. The ghost turned, locking eyes with him. A sudden gust of wind rushed through the hallway, extinguishing the candles. In the darkness, her whisper echoed, "Help me," determined to uncover the truth. James delved into old records. He found a newspaper clipping detailing Eleanor's death. She had been engaged to a wealthy man, but on the night before their wedding, she had vanished. Days later, her body was found in the manor's well. The cause of death was deemed accidental, but rumors spoke of betrayal and murder. James searched the manor's basement, where the old well remained sealed. With great effort, he pried the stones loose. A rush of cold air erupted from within. As he peered inside, he saw a skeletal hand reaching up from the darkness. A shriek filled the air, and the room shook violently. Eleanor appeared beside him, her expression pleading. "Set me free," she whispered, summoning his courage. James retrieved the remains and gave Eleanor a proper burial in the family cemetery. That night, as he stood by her grave, he saw her one last time. She smiled, a look of peace on her ghostly face before fading into the mist. The haunting ceased. Blackwood Manor no longer felt oppressive. James decided to stay, feeling a strange connection to the place. As he sat by the fireplace, he swore he heard a soft voice whisper, "Thank you," and then silence.